What's good, everybody? It's Mike High from the Mike High Podcast. King of Tap and another one. Today we talking about the 10 hottest MCs in New York City in the 90s, from my perspective. The 90s was a crazy time. The streets was on fire. In the rap game, groups was just breaking in. Solo acts, MCs was just discovering themselves. 90s, Jay-Z just came back out from because he was out earlier in the 80s with Jazzo with the Hawaiian Sophie thing. Didn't really go well. But then he came back out in the mid-90s, took off. Nas kicked off the 90s with Illmatic. Biggie, Ready to Die. So, to me, the 90s, those right there are my top three. Those are three we're going to talk about real quick. Start with Nas. Nas dropped Illmatic in 94. Classic album. Everybody at that time looked at this as the best thing since Rakim. He was lyrically sharp. He had a style and a voice that was unmatched. He reminded some people of Rakim with his rhyme pattern, but that was it. His style was unique. His wordplay, his song structure. Nas is elite. Nas is the top of the top. Nas is number one for me. He came out with also, it was written. That was, I give it a 4 out of 5. You know what I mean? This is when he went commercial. Illmatic was straight, just underground New York, just a classic. It was written was more time to cash in on the name he built for himself. You know what I mean? And then he came out in 99 with I Am. Double platinum release. A lot of people didn't really like this one because it was, once again, it was something different. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's Nas. You know, he pushes the envelope. He goes in new directions. He doesn't just stay in one set trend, because everybody thought by now he would have made a part 2 to Illmatic, but he didn't. He just kept going in different directions. Then he came back again in 99 with Nostradamus. To me, that's a slept-on album. Like, say what you want, the album was hitting to me. So Nas put his mark down in the 90s. And that was just I almost forgot about the joint album he did with the Firm album. That was a rushed album, I'm not gonna lie. They was just trying to capitalize off of the moment at that time. I believe if they'd have took their time with that album, they could have put out some classic material. The beats, everything was just wish-washy, trying to be too radio-friendly. I believe they missed the mark on that one. Nas, since his debut, was always considered top tier. He was always... The debate was Nas, Biggie, and Tupac. Later on, Jay-Z joined that discussion. But the original discussion was Nas, Tupac, and Biggie. Nas was always one of them guys that was seen as the one. You know what I mean? Next up is Jay-Z. Jay-Z gets the nod over Big to me because of the longevity. In their prime, well, when Big was alive, rather, Big was ahead of Jay-Z. No questions asked. It was clearly Big or Nas. That was the way it was going. But since Big got killed, Jay surpassed him to me. Consistent body of work, putting out hits, using a lot of big lines. But Jay was from the 90s. He was coming out every year for like 8-9 years straight. He came out every year. So his consistency got him through. And he's spitting. It ain't like he wasn't spitting. But at that time, Jay was not top 3. he wasn't even really mentioned, to be honest. Um, when he came out with the Reasonable Doubt album classic, a lot of people slept on it. It took a while for it to take off and go gold. Because he was talking that big money talk way before people really understood what Jay was talking about. I ain't gonna lie. Jay was definitely moving the needle on that big money talk, and he was showing a lifestyle that backed it. And that right there propelled him, you know what I mean? Because he was living his raps. So Jay released 4 albums in the 90s. 96, he released Reasonable Doubt. 97, In My Lifetime Volume 1. 98, Hard Knock Life. 99, Life and Times of Sean Carter. Jay's best selling album was the Hard Knock Life. Sold 5 million. Jay never sold more than 5 million, but he always sold consistently million or better, meaning he went platinum every year. And when you own your own label, I guess it does wonders for you with the right business investments. Because even though he never sold as many records as most other rappers, financially he did way better. So I guess it's not the most records sold, it's the most investments made. Next up was Biggie Smalls. Biggie. When Biggie came out, that was something different. That was a real different time right there. I mean, Big had the city on his back for real. Like, that unbelievable. Big was... He was different. He was special. He was way ahead of his time. Like, I played that first album so much, man. It's crazy. Like, Big was just special. His freestyles, legendary. Like, Big was definitely different with it. If he would have got to live longer, there's no telling what he would have achieved. Because most of the things these rappers, Jay-Z in particular, went on to achieve was things that Big talked about. Were all things Big had in motion. He just never got to see them play out. So there's no telling to say how Big would have been. That's why a lot of people say Jay wouldn't have been Jay, because it'd have been hard for Jay-Z to overtake Biggie if Biggie was still alive. Regardless if they did the commission album or not. Big was not giving up that #1 spot, man. And it would have been hard for Jay to get it from him because Big had Brooklyn. Jay can yell Brooklyn now, but back then and there, when it counted, when Big was alive, Brooklyn was big, like, and then every other borough felt like it was all Big, man. Big, he was the guy in that time, and Nas was his main competition. You can't count Nas out. That's what I'm saying. Jay wasn't even really a part of the discussion. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Big only had two studio albums that he truly performed on in the 90s. Ready to Die and Life After Death. Both classics. No debate, no discussion, nothing to talk about. Both classics. He hit you with a classic, Life After Death, which is a double CD. Crazy in itself. Classic though. Like, Big was just way ahead of his time, man. I wish we'd had more time to see what he would have did, but it wasn't the way it shook out. And then in '99, they released a bunch of mixtape songs, old mixtape songs, and any other lyrics they can grab of them and put on a beat. So I don't really count that. Those 2 albums, though, solidify his legacy. That's how potent he was. Like, over 30 years ago, and he's still regarded as a top 10 MC, if not the best of some. Big, rest well. Albums, he was all through the mixtape circuit, remixes, like